My favorite quarterback to sack was all of them.
You can't handle me, boy.
Each and every one of them put me in a position to have 137 and a half sacks.
That is a butt kicking, a little guy just annihilating a big man.
I'm ready to rock.
It was just an honor to be out there on that field and to have people watch me play. I love it.
Lock it low, baby.
He's an unblockable force.
Watch the spin move.
I can smell you, Stevie.
Randle's picture is next to the word chaos in the dictionary.
Big dog's gotta eat. Regulators, mount up. We're coming.
The reason I chose football because I grew up in Texas. Everybody knows in Texas football is the #1 sport. I couldn't throw the ball worth nothing. I wasn't that fast of a runner, so I wanted to play defense. I think one of the reasons I was undrafted, I was trying to play defensive end at 6'1", 240. Back in that time, the NFL was looking for guys who were a little bit taller than me to play defensive end. And there was one team, defensive line roster, that I thought I could make it at. That was Minnesota. The only other part that I was lacking in was weight. My roommate, William Kursky, he and I went to a hardware store, grabbed a chain, weighs about 10 pounds. We bought a padlock, got the chains fitted. Next day I went to weigh in. Floyd Peters, the defensive coordinator, looked at me with a cigarette in his mouth. I don't believe it, but the scale says 250. Therefore, I made the team.
Number 93, John Randle.
Man, that defense was full of Pro Bowlers, All-Pro. We had Chris Doman, Defensive Player of the Year. We had Keith Millard, who was Defensive Player of the Year. We had Henry Thomas, who's probably one of the best nose guards in the league. We had Joey Browner, who's probably one of the best safeties in the league. We had Carl Lee, who's probably top 5 cornerbacks. They were all veteran guys, and here I am, a rookie, undersized, trying to make this defense. And Chris Doman, who treated me like a rookie, he asked me, how many sacks did I have in college? I said, 11. He goes, well, you're not gonna get any this year. I made the team by playing special teams.
Deion Sanders, one of the best return men in the NFL, with no lane to go to.
They said that I looked like I had a few moves, so I was occasionally allowed to play in the interior on third downs.
John Randle makes the tackle.
Coaches really don't trust young players back then. So it just allowed me to give the coaches some confidence because they said, you know what, he's undersized, but he knows where he's supposed to be at.
From the shotgun, Elway. He's going to be sacked for a loss of 5.
Got it. We got it.
Denny Green was the coach that gave me a chance to play. I remember when he called me in the offseason and said I was his new defensive tackle. That's the first time somebody's ever called me about being in the National Football League. I was a free agent, so I never got that call. Coach Green told me, you're just gonna play third down. I don't wanna hear anything else about it, and just keep your mouth shut. So we go and play the Green Bay Packers. We go 2 series, and all of a sudden Denny Green tells me to go in for nickel, for third down situation.
Mikowski drops back. Boy, is he in traffic and down.
The guy who picks it up is this man, John Randle, and he hurt his sternum in preseason, and he really didn't have a chance. Now he's having his chance.
On the 49-yard line and a good rush, and down goes Esiason.
Young is sacked. Thomas nearly jumped offside. Harbaugh on first down gets sacked back at the 13-yard line, and then Randle with a little bit of a dance, big bit of a dance.
At that point, I realized that I could be a top-notch player in the National Football League.
Second down and 3. Pete pumps once. Randle gets it.
From the 31-yard line. And he is sacked by John Randle.
Randle knocked it away from Rippon.
I treated myself as if I was still a free agent. I treated myself as if the Vikings was trying to cut me.
Cobb in motion on the 3rd down and 7. He's in trouble. John Randle, he has 7.5 sacks this year.
First down with a minute and a half to play. A sack for John Randle, his second.
I wanted to show the Minnesota Vikings that they made the right decision by putting me as defensive tackle.
First down and 10 for the Buccaneers. Final minute of the this second quarter. Erickson is taken down, and he lost the football.
Mitchell goes down.
Bowens tries to muscle him. He gets help from the center, but Randle is so active, he never stops.
My defensive line coach, John Turlink, the guru, God rest his soul, John Turlink told me as a defensive tackle, everything's going to be quicker. That first and second step, you got to make a play.
Get out. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Under pressure, John Randle, he just runs right over Gogan. We're talking about a little guy just annihilating a big man.
He's knocking his ass down every damn play.
Me being unknown, it kind of gave me a heads up on those guys. And going against a guy named Randle McDaniel in practice every day, all-pro, pro bowler, and when you're going against somebody as good as Randle McDaniel, you're either going to get better or you're going to get worse. John Turlink was saying, I don't know how good you are because you've been going against Randle, but we'll soon find out.
It's time to bring it. Don't save any moves now.
One of the other best offensive linemen was Larry Allen for the Cowboys. Larry was a big puncher, but at the same time, when he punched, he kind of just left his hands out there, and I always kind of got the best of Larry. I got my 100th sack over Larry Allen on Troy Aikman.
5 seconds to play, 2nd and 10. Cowboys have 1 turnover. Back goes Aikman.
Fumble
and a sack by Randle. That'll close out the first half of play. Randle gets career sack number 100 on Aikman.
You can't handle me, boy.
I've worked you before, John. I know how you talk out there.
You can't do for yourself. Tall as mother, weak as hell.
The trash talking started, I think it was 92, 93.
I can smell you, Stevie. I can smell you.
We were getting ready to play the Raiders at the time. They had an offensive lineman named Steve Winooski. Henry Thomas kind of gave me a heads up saying, hey, it's Steve Winooski, he's kind of a dirty player. He'll punch you, he'll step on your shoes. And so I started reading up on him. Steve Winooski lived in Houston, Texas. And so me knowing Texas and being from Texas, I knew that the grocery store that guys went to was called Randle's Grocery Store. Playing in the game against Steve Winooski, he kept stepping on my shoe. Next time he steps on my shoe, I turn around, look him dead in the eyes, and I go, listen, if you do that one more time, I'm coming to Houston, Texas, and catch you at a Randle's Grocery Store, and I'm gonna do the same thing to you and your family. His response was, how do you know I live in Houston? And I got a big grin on my face, and walked back to the huddle, and I said, I'm on to something.
Red Rover, let them mother come on over.
From that point on, I started reading up on the guys I'm going against. You found little insights about guys, their hobbies.
Man, you should hang out. We should go fishing together.
Their families.
I'll kick your whole family's ass.
I used it to my advantage.
Lord humongous, rule on the waistline.
You can get in the guy's head, he would forget where he's supposed to go. Then all of a sudden, the guard and the quarterback would get in an argument, and I would just look at the other guys on my team and go, got him, baby, got him. The other guy that I really affected was Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer had been saying that we were trying to hurt him.
3rd and 5. Dilfer in trouble. And down he goes to the 29, John Randle.
So went out there playing hard against him.
Dilfer runs into his own man. Gets out of trouble and just throws it away.
As I'm laying on the ground, I'm trying to reach up to grab his leg. Trent saw me on the ground and just jumped down on the ground with like an elbow.
And Dilfer goes after John Randle at the bottom of the pile.
I'm screaming out to the referee, get him off me, stop him. And the ref sees it, throws the flag, and kicks Trent Dilfer out of the game.
Personal foul, blow to the head, number 12, he's ejected.
Put on your eyes there.
For the sun.
Okay.
Sun, you know, the lights.
The face paint got started because we were watching the movie Young Guns. Me and my teammates were all sitting around one game and they were wearing the paint. And so I was just kind of rubbing my eyes and the guys was like, oh man, look at you. You look like you Young Guns. I'm like, okay. I win the game, I got 3 sacks.
Minnesota walks up the blitz. Here they come. Down goes Berline. Randle's face painted today. What a load he is, the tackle. Berline works that clock, doesn't it? And he's worked over.
Any surprise who it is?
John Randle. First down and 15 for Berline.
Here comes the blitz.
Down he goes. 3 of the 5 Viking sacks belong to number 93.
Most football players are very superstitious. So if you go in the game, you get 3 sacks. You go back and do the same thing the next game.
Lions trailing 13-7. Play action by Mitchell, read beautifully by Randle. Third down and 12 for Mitchell. Pocket crumbling. Sacked by John Randle. Sanders is in. Mitchell hit, sacked again, the 3rd time today.
As I started getting more into it, I started believing the more face paint, the more sacks I will get in the game.
It's called happiness.
Roll out, now he goes to the backside and he goes to the turf. John Randle.
1997 was my year to shine.
And a play action on 3rd and 1. And Dilfer has nowhere to go.
I was at my prime.
Golden within a touchdown. Bledsoe cannot get away from Randle. How quick and how tough is John Randle?
I was just going to go out there and do whatever I could possibly do to get that sack record.
Harbaugh takes the snap, drops the throw. Pressure. Pressure, he's buried. Big sack.
They're not going to let Graham slip away.
Randle right there. Watch his moves. That's just straight power.
Everything just came together. I felt fresh. I worked all my moves.
Here comes the blitz, picked up. Back to pass goes Kramer, hit and sacked and a fumble.
I had watched so much film on the guys I was going against. If I did get double teamed, they were coming from the offensive tackle. So a lot of time I was set the guard up, come back underneath, and getting that quarterback.
The Colts go 5 wide. Only Harbaugh is back there from the shotgun on 3rd and 10 from their 16. Pressure, Randle, sack at the 5-yard line. John Randle picks up sack number 14 and a half.
What drew me to Seattle after leaving the Minnesota Vikings was they had Mike Holmgren. Now, he was telling me, this is a perfect place for you. If you had been playing for me, I would have never cut you.
Couch in trouble and sacked, and yep, it's John Randle. He's just relentless. That's one of the reasons why they brought him here, to show the other guys how to practice, how to play.
Flutie on 3rd down, under pressure and sacked.
Seattle has 3. Green under a heavy rush, and he is tossed down by Randle.
From the 41-yard line. Vick taken down by John Randle.
Pass, nowhere to go. Breeze is in trouble, still in trouble. He'll go down at the 40-yard line.
The team was a little bit younger, and so I was more of like a player coach. It allowed me to mentor guys, but at the same time, it allowed me a fresh start. I think Seattle was the best place for me to be. It was an honor and a privilege to play a game that so many other people wanted to play. I said if I got the opportunity to play in the National Football League, I would give 110% on every play. It's a special game. I grew up playing this game. I always wanted to be out there, and I looked up to so many guys who came before me. Once I got out there, I was going to show people why I deserved to be out on that football field. To have most sacks as a defensive tackle in the National Football League, that means that I was bringing it. Wasn't singing it. It's a special honor, especially because I'm a kid who grew up in Texas in a town of 150 people. And I think it shows every kid out there who wants to play in the National Football League that it doesn't matter where you come from. You don't have to be from a big city. You don't have to be from some big star program. You don't have to be from a big school. It just takes heart, desire, and some sacrifices. You too can be in the National Football League.